Highway Mill, New Mexico. He calls himself Ganthet, the last of the Guardians of the Universe.
He's been the only one watching over the Green Lantern Corps since he gave me the ring. He's old, like beginning of time, Big Bang Theory old. But don't let that red robe fool you.
Ganthet could crack the planet in half with a thought.
I've never seen him angry before. I've never seen the Guardian emote much of any emotion.
Do not ignore my request, Kilowog. Lower your ring, Ganthet says.
Until I came back from Sector 3599 and I confronted him about Parallax. What was yours, Guardian, is mine, Kilowog says.
My core, my fellow Guardians, my purpose shall relinquish nothing, Ganthet says.
The air gets hot. The wind stops. Silence.
Until Kilowog's chest expands. A breath of air exits his nostrils like some hungry wild beast.
Kilowog charges up a huge amount of energy, blasting it at Ganthet. A huge explosion erupts, and when the smoke clears, Ganthet stands unfazed.
Ganthet returns fire with his own energy blast, knocking Kilowog down to the ground. Kilowog tries to defend himself, but Ganthet overpowers him. Kilowog tries one last attack, but it does nothing.
Shrapnel flies through the air. I'm forced to use the ring. An electrical charge shoots through my arm and into my heart.
It's reaching into my soul again. I fight it off, but it communicates visions to me, trying to chip away at my will. I can see you, Guy Gardner.
The man who was once tapped to be Hal Jordan's replacement as Green Lantern if he was ever unable to perform his duties.
A man capable of overcoming his fear. A voice hisses in my ear. He's mine.
Get out! Another image claws itself through the ring and into my brain.
John Stewart, an architect from Detroit, wanting not just to save lives, but make a difference in them. When Guy was out of commission, John was chosen as the next alternate for Hal Jordan.
Batman, The Flash, even Wonder Woman and Superman. John's raw willpower burns them. I've lost him too.
Damn it, Jordan! You better be worth this, Kyle says.
No! John? What's wrong with... Where have you brought me, Spectre? Why? What is this? Hal questions as he is back in Coast City and is at his old building.
Hal walks into his old building and starts to trip up the stairs to his apartment. He remembers the older woman, Mrs. Broom, that lived in the building, always telling him he was just like the other airmen, bringing ladies over late at night.
He makes it to his apartment and can see a green glow coming from inside. He picks a lantern up from the floor in the middle of the room.
Who did all of this? Who brought it all back? Hal questions.
You did, Jordan, the lantern responds. We did.
Back in Highway Mill, New Mexico, Kilowog is blasted backwards by the Guardian Ganthet.
There were two hikers that helped me, Kyle says to the Guardian.
I have returned the Earthmen to their dwellings. They are no danger, the Guardian says, continuing to talk. Hal Jordan's body seems to be unharmed. The residual energy he held as Parallax preserved it as I believed it might. The proper preparations have taken place on Oa.
In the center of the sun, the ship you gave me barely held together, Kyle tells the Guardian. I need to get to the League. I need to tell them what happened to Hal.
The ring! The Guardian yells.
I can't. Kyle stammers.
It cannot sneak up on one who knows it. Your flaw has spared you the fate of the others. Fear, the Guardian says.
But Kilowog, John, and Guy, it's already gotten them, Kyle says.
Understood, the Guardian says. Protect Hal Jordan's body, his soul. We may yet save it, and the universe itself.
You better hope, Kyle says as he is cut off by the Guardian.
Hope is meaningless against fear, Green Lantern of Sector 2814.
As he teleports Kyle to the watchtower.
As Kilowog charges the Guardian. Willpower is our only weapon.
Now at the watchtower. My God, Kyle says in disbelief. Jean!
Still breathing. So are Dr. Midnight and Mr. Terrific. Metal is hot, cutting through like butter. The signs of a power ring.
What happened? What did... Kyle pauses. Green Arrow? Hal's best friend. As much as I respect him, he's not the first person I wanted to see.
Guy Gardner happened, kid, the Green Arrow says. Where have you been? They've been trying to get you on the horn all... Hal? Is that Hal? What the hell is going on? Green Arrow questions.
I think you better sit down, Oliver, Kyle says.
Back in Coast City with Hal Jordan and the Spectre.
Parallax, you're not me. Not anymore, Hal says.
Correct. I am part of you, Jordan, Parallax says.
Ah! Hal yells.
I will fulfill your greatest desires, and you will stop fighting against this union once and for all. I can give it all back. Coast City, your core, even Carol. Parallax tempts Hal.
Carol? Have to get back to... Hal fights for control.
She is fine. For the moment, Parallax says.
Vengeance! We must deliver. Spectre? Hal questions. The spirit of vengeance must not fail, the Spectre says.
Spirit of vengeance, you are nothing to me but a host, Parallax snarks, as Hal Jordan is to you.
You will be destroyed, the Spectre yells.
No, I believe that's everyone else, Parallax says.
You must see the truth, Hal Jordan, the Spectre says. You must help me fight it.
The truth, Hal says with what little energy he has left.
The truth about Parallax, the Spectre says. The truth about yourself.
Now back at the watchtower. Slow down. What are you talking about, Kyle? The Green Arrow questions.
The power that flows through our rings. It's not just light, Oliver. The central battery the Guardians made. It collects willpower from every living being in the universe. Raw, emotional willpower converted into energy, amplified by our own 1,000,000 times over. There's an emotional, electromagnetic spectrum out there that can be harnessed and used. Green willpower is the most pure, Kyle says.
What does this have to do with Hal? Green Arrow asks.
Everything that's happened on Earth these last few months, I just felt like I didn't belong here anymore. I went back to the stars. And I found something on the edge of the universe.
On the 10th planet from the sun, Pagalis. The beings that lived there, they were gripped with fear when they saw my ring. One of their oldest. He was telling everyone the universe was about to end.
At the hands of Parallax. I thought he was talking about the first time we fought Hal together. But they told me this tale. A story about a creature that was born at the beginning of sentience.
A yellow entity that was made of living fear. It created terror into anything it came in contact with. Caused entire civilizations to destroy themselves out of paranoia.
Their fear was eaten by this creature, and the creature was called Parallax.
What? What the hell are you? Green Arrow starts to ask.
Please, Oliver. I've traveled light years to get back here. Let me finish, Kyle says.
Parallax threatened to consume the entire universe. It wanted to infect every living creature with fear. And fear leads to violence. Violence leads to fear. Like an endless loop of death and destruction that would keep feeding Parallax.
They said the Guardians knew Parallax had to be stopped. When they forged the central battery on Oa, they gathered willpower as Parallax gathered fear. The opposite energies couldn't destroy one another.
But Parallax was imprisoned, put into a comatose state the Guardians believed it couldn't awake from. Over the millennia, Parallax became known simply as the Yellow Impurity. His legend was purposely forgotten so no one would ever try to free it. That's why the rings had a problem with the color yellow. Parallax weakened its power over the corresponding spectrum.
And only someone capable of overcoming great fear could master the power ring. For billions of years, Parallax was basically dead, and the Green Lantern Corps thrived.
Until one day, somehow, Parallax woke up. It was weak, hungry. The power rings are a conduit to the main power battery. To tap into its AI, Parallax looked through the entire core, searching for a strong host to influence. Someone who could help it escape.
Parallax found Hal Jordan. Ganthet thinks its tendrils leaked through his ring, trying to take hold. Trying to weaken Hal's willpower and his confidence in himself. Trying to make Hal Jordan afraid.
After all, what happens when you're struck by overwhelming fear? The streaks of white hair were the first sign. Jordan probably wondered why he went gray so early. I doubt he gave it much thought.
Months later, Mongol helped destroy Coast City. Everyone Jordan grew up with, everyone he protected all those years, was dead. It was more than enough for Parallax to get a real foothold on his psyche, playing off Jordan's feelings of rage, sorrow, and vengeance.
It warped his sense of right and wrong, and it changed him forever. It changed Hal Jordan. Parallax made Jordan afraid. Afraid of what might happen tomorrow.
Jordan tried to recreate Coast City and was reprimanded by the Guardians. He was threatened told he may be stripped of his power because he used it for personal gain. So, he did what anyone desperate and terrified would do.
He fought back. And the truth is, I don't entirely blame him. Parallax influenced him, luring him back to Oa. Along the way, Jordan faced off against his fellow Corps members.
And on Oa, the Guardians pulled a desperate move of their own. They freed the only other renegade, Sinestro, from the power battery. He'd been imprisoned there months earlier. I'm not sure what the hell the Guardians were thinking. That they'd use that lunatic to stop Hal and then put him back in the battery.
Or that one Corps member who went renegade could stop another. Whatever they thought, they were wrong. Jordan broke Sinestro's neck.
Then he destroyed the central power battery, taking all the power for himself. And without even knowing it, Jordan freed Parallax. The cosmic parasite grafted itself onto Jordan's soul.
And the Parallax we know was born. It's been there ever since, corrupting how he thinks, how he acts. Even when Jordan relit the sun and sacrificed his life to save Earth. It was just a momentary glimpse of the real man shining through.
John and I always wondered why my ring never had a problem with yellow. I never dreamed it was anything, never thought it mattered. But it worked because Parallax was free, Kyle says.
The yellow impurity is still linked to his soul. It's a part of the Spectre now, the Green Arrow says.
Yeah, evil finally escaped Jordan's sight. It hid inside him, Kyle says.
That's not possible. The impurity, Hal says.
Your feelings of being someone other than yourself were correct, Hal Jordan. And you still serve as a host for Parallax, the Spectre says.
No! I am Parallax. If I would have known otherwise. I wouldn't have had the power to stop myself from, Hal says.
You may have been the greatest of the Green Lanterns, but even you, Hal Jordan, are not invulnerable, the Spectre says.
Sure. I mean, like father, like son, right? Parallax says. Shut up, Hal says back, as the glass shatters out of the lantern he was holding.
I did not allow your soul to be drawn to me without reason. I hoped by binding to your infected being that I would have the ability to burn out this Parallax like a disease, to cast vengeance upon it for all the death and fear it spread throughout God's universe, and to free your soul. Ah!
But I'm too powerful for even you, Spectre. You're mine, my puppet. And you, human. You are dead, Hal Jordan. As Parallax rips apart the skin of Hal Jordan and yells out, Parallax lives!
Back at the watchtower, he's been staring at the body for almost 2 minutes. I know, it's a lot to take in, Kyle tries talking to the Green Arrow.
Don't touch me, kid. Just give me another second to process all of this. The damn Guardians put Parallax in the power battery. Why didn't they?
They were destroyed before they even knew what happened. And Ganthet, when I went to Oa to confront him about this, he thought Parallax purged him of his memories when he was freed, Kyle says.
That's crap. You can't trust these Guardians, the Green Arrow says.
Right now, we don't have a choice. Ganthet sent me to retrieve Hal's body from the sun, Kyle says.
How? His reputation, his life, his very soul. It was all taken away, the Green Arrow stammers.
The mask hides away any tears. That's why John took it off.
I understand what you're saying for the most part, but what are we supposed to do now? How can we help him? The Green Arrow questions.
I'm not sure. I just know... I know we have to. Before the power of the Spectre is corrupted like Jordan's, Kyle says.
Why did this impurity? Why did Parallax strike Hal at thousands of core members? The Green Arrow asks. And if this monster was sleeping, who the hell woke it? As he is struck by multiple yellow arrows.
Who woke it up? Who could? Who would?
Ah! The Green Arrow yells out in pain as Kyle Rayner sees who shot the arrows.
Who else? Sinestro says with a menacing smile.
What happened to Hal's soul? Will Spectre be able to purge Parallax from Hal? Why is Sinestro there? Find out this and more in the next part.